Good evening, ladies. So happy you're here for the Awakened Woman framework. But this is all about discover your path to the empowerment. This is something that women need. We need to be empowered. We need to know that we are powerful people. That's why I created the Path to the Awakened Woman framework, as well as these archetypes, which I'm so excited. Let me introduce myself. My name is Dawn M. Rivers. I'm a former school librarian of 20 years, a yoga teacher since 2013. I own a yoga studio for 5 years, mentor and mindset life coach since 2019. So y'all like the evolution of Dawn's hair? This is one of the things I always talk about. So we're going to talk a little bit about the path to the awakened woman and how it came about, why I use this framework. I created it to use it to help women on their path, their beautiful, comprehensive journey towards transformation and empowerment. The idea of transformation is you change, but you don't change back. Because when you're transformed, you're something different, and you can't really transform yourself back. The things that you were no longer exist. You're in your past. It was designed to kickstart a transformative journey for women, offering holistic guidance across 9 crucial aspects to enhance their life. I used the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. And inside of the Yoga Sutras is this 8-limb path. The first 2 are what I use to create the framework, rooted in ancient yogic wisdom, but is customized for contemporary living. Each component nourishes inner peace, because you have to practice peace, and then genuine contentment and exploration. I incorporate the yamas and niyamas. We have nonviolence, which is ahimsa, truthfulness, which is satya, discipline, which is tapas, purity, which is saucha. And this framework enables you to capture every part of yourself that has spread away, bring it back together, and craft a harmonious life. Because if you think of harmonious living, everything is in tune, and you want to be fulfilled in that life. So that's what the framework is. And this is what it looks like. Freedom is the middle of this framework. Then it has 3 concepts. I call them aware, affirm, and align. But in order to get freedom, you have to change your thoughts, then you change your words, and you change your mind. And then on the outside are the 9 objectives to help you get to this. It goes from the inside out and the outside in. Those 9 objectives come from I took 9 of the yamas and niyamas and created the path to the awakened woman. But today we're going to talk a little bit more about how this path to the awakened woman informed these 3 archetypes. Years ago, I was on my own journey, because everybody who creates a framework, they're like case study number 1. I am my beta test. I learned to change my thoughts. My thoughts were very negative. I was struggling with what was next for me. I was fearful. I was coming out of a divorce. I had to move. A lot of things were happening, but my thoughts were stuck on, I hate my life. It was on loop in my head. This was back in 2012, and people weren't really talking about positive affirmations in certain circles. I never really knew was a thing. You can change your thought. Your words have power, and it could change your life. I didn't know that. I read a book called The Battlefield of the Mind by Joyce Meyer. She said, you believe in what you say and think more than what anybody else says. Maybe you are walking down the street and somebody says, oh my gosh, your hair is so cute today. And you're like, oh my gosh, it's dirty. I didn't wash it today. You're thinking in your head, my hair is dirty, my hair is dirty, my hair is dirty. But somebody else sees your hairstyle is cute. I had to change my thoughts. These thoughts would come out of my mouth. I can't keep saying I hate my life. I have to learn how to do something different. I changed the words that I said. Let me just do a little test. I'm going to say I love my life every day. I wrote it down. I posted it on my mirror in the bathroom, on the refrigerator, inside my car, on the dashboard. It took 1 full year, but then I love my life. I did do some other things in that year of transformation. I was actively planning on doing things that I never did before. And then the last part changed my mind. I don't want to live here anymore. I don't want to be married to this man anymore. I don't want to work at this school anymore. I want to do some things differently. When you change your mind, it's nope. When a woman has made up her mind, you cannot get in the way of her thoughts, her actions. And once I did all 3 of those steps, my life changed. You'll see how this fits into this new framework. The awakened archetypes. I was thinking about, who is a woman who comes into my world? I was looking closely at their journeys of self-discovery and transformation. There's really 3 types of women, 3 archetypes that these women fall into, these 3 buckets. I developed these archetypes of Stagnant Stella, Searching Serena, and Thriving Teresa. This framework was designed designed to address key aspects of personal growth, including authenticity, self-love, empowerment, intuition, resilience, creativity, wisdom, connection, and purpose. By identifying and understanding these archetypes, we can better recognize the paths that we need to go down. We can offer ourselves a new path. You can carve out a new path for yourself. And each archetype represents a stage in the journey that provides some clarity and direction that's meaningful, creating a lasting change. I don't know if you ever heard of this RYG assessment. You are going to be doing like a self-assessment as we go through these archetypes to see who you are and if certain things like really resonate with you. First, red would mean that you need improvement in this area, you're struggling in this area, or it might be like red light, stop. Yes, that's me. Stop. Oh my gosh, no, that is me. Means kind of, maybe, sort of, yes. So I'm a work in progress. I'm moderately here. I could coast through this yellow light. It's not gonna be red yet. I got a few more minutes. And then green, I got this down. Yes, I am well managed in this area. I check all the boxes off. I'm feeling good about myself. You can do a few things as we go through each one of these archetypes. You can either, under the person's name, you can put a red, a yellow, or a green. You can do a R, a Y, or a G. And then the more that you write those down, you can see, oh, this is me. Or you can just put a little tick mark under each person's name. And you'll see what I'm saying in a second. This self-assessment, this is an assessment that you're doing to become aware. It's all about awareness. And I think it's the cornerstone of personal growth and development. You got to know who you are and where you are before you can move forward. Progress is about moving forward. It's involving like this introspection and understanding of our strengths, weaknesses, desires, and motivation. We can become more aware of who we are, this decision-making, boundary setting, improving our relationships, and cultivating a deep sense of fulfillment and purpose. You're going to hear those words over and over because it's true. We need fulfillment and purpose. Stagnant Stella, she's 1. Searching Serena, she's 2. And then Thriving Teresa, okay? Remember those names. You're going to see them over and over. If you want, you can write them down as 1, 2, and 3 on your paper, and then you could put your little hashtags or your R, Y, and G next to each name. Recently, I was reading a book, and they were talking about the stages of the mind. Look at these stages of the brain are like the archetypes. So the reptilian brain is like Stagnant Stella. The monkey mind, as I call it, is a searching Serena because she's searching, she's all over the place. And then a visionary consciousness is a thriving Teresa. This is what the brain kind of looks like. And this is how it's connected to this evolutionary journey that we are sometimes on. The reptilian brain overrides the neocortex, which is slow and demands more energy. It activates the body fight or flight response. The actions and emotions that emerge from the reptilian brain do so automatically without us having to think about them. If we're thinking about this fight or flight or this stagnant Stella, she's in a space of survival only. She is only her money isn't right, her relationships aren't right, her boundaries are loose and porous. She is just trying to survive. So we call like that survival brain. It's always tackling this fear of loss. What if I lose this? I don't have enough money for here. I don't have enough this. I can't do that. I can't do this. And we've all been there. And sometimes we go back there. We're threatened by this. As we are learners in this world, we shut down. We're like, I can't take any more information in. This is too much. I'm just going to stop. We have the other aspects of the brain as we're going through. We go to this emotional brain and we're asking, why this? Why that? I need to know why. You don't have all that understanding. So what are you doing? You're searching like the searching Serena. But how does it work? And then as we evolve, we come into this more of a thinking brain or a visionary consciousness. And we're like, understand a little bit about the why and the how. I need to know what. So I'm thinking. So this provides your facts and your figures. Once you feel safe and convinced of the why, you're ready to attend to your learning. I get it. I'm thriving. I understand. I want to move forward, and I need more answers. Okay. Introducing Stagnant Stella. These are some of her struggles. She experiences a lot of self-doubt and negativity. She feels stuck in a rut and unsure of how to move. She hasn't prioritized self-care and wrestles with setting boundaries. She is a woman who has yet to begin her journey. She's overwhelmed by negativity and lack of clear direction. If you have any time in your life been a stagnant Stella, put a 1 in the chat. That would be Dawn. I was a stagnant Stella. Look at this picture. Do you see how she looks? Have you ever looked like that? Notice her body language. She's closed off. She has a little furrowed brow. She's covering her chest, her heart, her stomach, really, because your stomach is your sense of power. She's pulled her knees into her chest. If you think of any animal that is prey, enemy and a predator is coming, they make themselves small and they ball themselves up. I know, I told you it's going to make sense. How does her brain function? This is so interesting. She has the reptilian brain. It's in action. Like I said, she's stuck in a rut. She's fearing change. The world seems threatening and people are untrustworthy. She's like, I ain't going out there. Nope, not doing it. Not doing it. Not messing with those people. This can lead to emotional outbursts. Do you know people who like drama? I know you do. Yes, emotional outbursts. Bursts, difficulty focusing, a general feeling of being on edge. You come into a room, you're like, whoo, you need to calm down. Yes, that is her. Stagnant Stella with this reptilian brain. Stagnant Stella, she might exhibit emotional responses, meaning that she is agitated or distracted or she yells out. And she likes familiar routines. She is safe in doing the same thing over and over. And sometimes we liken this to a person who works in a factory or on an assembly line or in a fast food restaurant, do the same thing over and over. She may struggle with fear of failure. She don't even want to try because she doesn't want to fail. And change. No, I'm doing that. She want me to be something different. What does this do? It hinders her from taking any kind of risk, but specifically entrepreneurial risks. A risk is uncomfortable. A risk is stepping out into the unknown. But if she has this entrepreneurial kind of aspect, she wants to she has some ideas that she wants to share. Yep, she might be attacked. Yep, she might be belittled. Yep, she might be threatened by other people. She might be laughed at, but she has to learn how to take the risk. This archetype resonates with the reptilian brain, which is the survival oriented and repetitive. Stagnant Stella might perceive the entrepreneurial journey as risky and the world as potentially threatening. She could feel stuck in her current circumstances, but she don't know how to get out. And she's like, I don't really know. I don't want to go out because she doesn't want to trust anything. If any of those so far have sounded familiar, does any of this sound familiar? If you're there now or you have been there, I want you to put yes in the chat. Does it sound familiar? Yes, it did to Dawn as well. Yes, ma'am. Then here is the assessment. So she would be considered absolutely the red zone, right? She is red because you know that. You're like, oh yeah. So she is constantly feeling overwhelmed and stressed. She's struggling with conflicts and challenges without reflective, effective resolutions. She don't know resolve stuff. She just can't do it. So some of the key challenges for her, is setting. She don't know really how to do that. She don't have any self-care practices. She doesn't take time for herself ever. People take advantage of her over and over. They're like, she did it anyway. She'll babysit. She'll pick up somebody. She'll make the cookies and the cake. She'll organize the staff party. Stagnant Stella, she's gonna be there. She's the person who folks dump everything on. What does she need to do? She needs to practice peace. This is the first of the framework. Because she constantly feels overwhelmed and stressed, she doesn't know how to say, I need to settle. She needs to take care of herself first. Here are practical tips. Self-awareness. Now, if you ever had any allergy or if you wanted to lose weight, they tell you to track your eating. They want you to track your calories, maybe track your water intake, track how much snacks you're eating, what time of day, and then see, is your body reacting to that? Is your metabolism changing? You become aware of your diet. They might say, this is actually, you're allergic to this. You're having gut issues from eating this kind of food. Or maybe this is keeping you from sleeping at night. You track that, you become aware. Stagnant Stella needs to do the same thing. She has to create a self-awareness practice. And then, like I told you, I hated my life. I had to create some positive affirmations because they weren't positive. They were very negative. And then small steps. Do one thing at a time, not a bunch, and learn how to set boundaries. All right, moving on. Here is Searching Serena. Here are her struggles. Searching Serena is starting to explore self-improvement. She's facing some challenges. She might dip her toe in self-care, but struggles with consistency. That's her biggest thing. She don't know how to be consistent. Years ago, there was this preacher that I used to follow, and he said, consistency is the key to the breakthrough. She don't know how to be consistent. She's got to learn that. She knows the need for change, but she isn't sure how to implement it fully. She represents the woman in the early stages of her transformation. She's seeking answers, making some effort, but she needs guidance and support. That's her main thing. She needs support. Searching Serena has the monkey mind. She is all over the place. Think of a monkey, jumping here, jumping there, monkey. Or that idea of a squirrel. See a shiny object, you go after it. She might say, I'm going to lose 20 pounds in 2 months. I'm going to run on the treadmill 3 miles a day. I'm going to eat only fruits and vegetables and lean meat. I'm going to drink a gallon of water. I'm going to meditate for an hour every day. She has too many things. And because there are too many things, her mind mind is jumping around and she can't settle. She has this vision. She has the drive, but it's just too much. And then she just says, never mind. She gives up. She is searching and searching. Like this lady, she's on her computer. So you think about when you're searching, you're looking for answers. You're watching YouTube, you're on TikTok, you're reading blogs, you're attending all kind of self-help things because you want the answer. That's searching Serena. This is her behavior. She's task-oriented, adaptable, focused on practical solutions. She might enjoy the process of learning and improving skills. Yeah, she takes another course. She signs up for another undergraduate degree. She might have 1 or 2 master's degrees. Maybe she might be in her PhD program. She always learning. She just cannot stop. But she is well suited on maybe creating some entrepreneurial things. She has the making of these ideas, but she's, you know what, my money is not right. She's still struggling with her money, but she doesn't realize, oh, I actually have skills that I can turn into a business. She needs guidance to focus on strategic goals rather than daily tasks. Serena, beautiful searching Serena. She embodies a functional, problem-solving monkey brain or monkey mind. She views challenges as opportunities and the entrepreneurial journey as a series of problems to solve. Serena seeks comfort and routine that craves variety and experiences. Now, the thing about Serena, though, she has friends who are Stagnant Stella. She likes drama too. Serena, she still dips her toe back in that Stagnant Stella like pool. She still has friends that are not necessarily the best to be around. She would be considered like in the yellow zone. Yellow would mean that she's experiencing moments of contentment, but inconsistent overall, not overall satisfied with everything. She recognizes areas for improvement and finding joy at work. Let me just tell you what the red and the green would be for searching Serena. Red, she frequently feels like unfulfilled. She, in her professional endeavors, she does not like the work she's doing at all. She struggles to find joy in daily tasks. If she's like great in the area, she would be green. She cultivates a sense of contentment in both her personal life and professional life. She finds joy in daily tasks and maintain overall satisfaction. Searching Serena is searching. She is not there. That's the only thing about this young lady. She's not there. She needs to explore her self-care practices. She's struggling with consistency, like I said. She needs to change, but she doesn't know how. Contagious contentment is her key. She has to do a contentment, a gratitude journey. She's got to look at what works well in her life. What is good? Because when we only focus on the negative, we only get more negative. And then practical tips, she got to simplify. There's too many things. Remember I told you she's going to run the treadmill. She's going to drink a gallon of water. She's going to work out all these times. She's going to take another class. There's too much. She needs to be consistent and not perfect. She should find community and educational resources like I have one for you when you stay to the end of this. All right, Thriving Teresa. She has worked through many of her inner challenges and has a strong sense of self-worth. Look at her, her face. I got this. She sets healthy boundaries and prioritizes herself. She uses her don't disturb. She has blocked and unfollowed people. When folks ask her, can you do this? She says, no, I cannot. Not in a mean way. She might even say, if you do, this is going to happen. Do that and this will happen. She might still face challenges. She approaches them with confidence and resilience. Thriving Teresa represents a woman who has successfully navigated the stages of her transformation. She's living an empowered life, continues to grow and evolve. Woo! This Teresa, she's still working on it. She embodies this entrepreneurial spirit. She always has ideas. She's creative. She sees the possibility, not the impossible. She wants to leave a meaningful impact in people's lives. She wants to leave a legacy. She wants to be known for what she's done. She volunteers, she mentors, she creates. You cannot stop her. She's not limited by her current situation. It's okay. That's all right. She can still find some exciting parts in this journey she's on. She has a sense of purpose, fulfillment, and inspiration. That is mine. Teresa. Here are some of her behaviors. She is creative, dynamic, and passionate about her goals. She thrives on innovation. She is inspired by making an impact, like I said, very significant in other people's lives. She sees bigger, broader, bigger. She may need support in maintaining focus because she could dip back down into a searching Serena and do too many things. She still needs a guide because she has a lot of ideas. She has a lot and her mind's like popcorn. She may want to scale her vision into actionable steps. Thriving Teresa, like I said, she has visionary consciousness. She sees possibilities and transforming opportunities everywhere. I can come up with something. I could do this. I know how to make this happen. She views the world as interconnected instead of being separated and wanting not to be a part of other people. Like, she doesn't see the world like Stagnant Stella did, which was a space of fear. She's not limited by her current circumstances, and she's willing to take risks. She knows her personal strengths, her values, her growth areas. She's applying self-awareness to make informed decisions in her personal and professional life. She still has challenges, because we all do, even if you're thriving. She has a strong sense of self-worth, but she still will do too much. She still needs to set boundaries that are healthy. Instead of putting up a wall, she needs to maybe make a bridge. She needs to be a little bit more consistent and prioritize her self-care, because people see her as thriving, but they're going to ask more. She has to learn how to be like, I am meditating, my door is closed. Please don't knock on the door. I'll come out when I'm done. She needs to always have this confidence and knowing that she can bounce back. Her part of the framework is know thyself. You need to know who you are, know what you want, know where you want to go. She needs to know her strengths. She needs to do a personality assessment. She needs to create a list of values, and she needs to have a vision. She still needs help doing this. See her potential for growth. And her practical tips for her: mindfulness practices, settle the brain, see bigger and more, set realistic goals, get a coach, a mentor, and reflect and celebrate, because that's the biggest thing that I've noticed with all the people who I've seen as Thriving Teresas. They don't stop to celebrate ever. Some tips if you're feeling like a stagnant Stella: journal. Remember, she needs to get to know herself. Daily positive affirmations. I have an affirmation vault: 10 affirmations for Stagnant Stella, 10 affirmations for Thriving Teresa, 10 affirmations for Searching Serena, as well as for each one of the aspects of the framework, and so much more. She needs to do daily affirmations and small self-care steps, and practice saying no, even if it's a whisper. No. So from to stimulation, challenge over fear. She's got to take small steps that are manageable, start with a tiny goal, and trust herself. I trust herself to do this, and build a surrounding network that she can trust, and change her perspective because it's negative. She needs to really focus on more positive things and be a little bit vulnerable. I know that can be some scary parts, to be vulnerable. Share her fears with a trusted friend or mentor or coach, and then that will help her move forward. For Searching Serena, the tips: one thing at a time. One thing at a time. Maybe you're going to start with, I'm just going to drink 8 glasses of 8 ounces of water instead of a gallon. This is awesome. You did the quiz and you're Thriving Teresa. But when anxiety hits, I move right back to Stella. Girl, have I seen this? Yes, I know you. Focusing on one thing at a time is a Searching Serena. Consistency over perfection, more than once. A lot of people, we go back to this idea of, what is it? Like, the survival kicks in. You need to have that. You need to have a supportive community, and you need to seek educational resources like books and mess. Then what does she need to do? She needs to go from searching to soaring by defining her goals, breaking them down from larger goals to smaller steps. They're not so daunting. Step out of comfort zone. She got to do that. She needs to try new things. She's got to be uncomfortable. Change is uncomfortable. This can spark new interests and passions. Inspiration. Explore entrepreneurial stories, attend workshops, listen to podcasts, right? Ways to make your life even more exciting. And then focus on your strengths, not your weaknesses. Your top 5 strengths. Identify your core competencies and build upon them to boost your confidence. And then Thriving Teresa, she needs advanced mindfulness practices. This would mean like meditating by yourself with no app, no Calm app, no guided meditation, but by yourself. Sit with you, set meaningful goals, not a whole list. Set 1 or 2 goals that you can do. Become a mentor and celebrate your achievements. Because I know y'all don't do that as Thriving Teresa. You're like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. Focus on setting bigger goals. Challenge yourself to aim higher and dream bigger. Conscious growth is essential for long-term success. Give back. Engage in cause that you like. Any type of fundraising that you want to be a part of. Engage in that. And then learn balance. Balance between your work and your at home. Do you prevent burnout? Set a timer. If you've been sitting and doing something for so long, set a timer to get up and move your body. And learn continuously. Never, ever stop learning. These are some of the things you want to learn: a new skill. You want to stay motivated. Those are for Thriving Teresa. Are you a 1, a 2, or a 3? Remember, it's Stagnant Stella. She has self-doubt, negativity, feeling stuck, lack of self-care, difficulty setting boundaries. Searching Serena is exploring self-care, struggling with consistency, and recognizes the need for change. Thriving Teresa is maintaining her self-worth, setting these healthy boundaries, a self-care routine that is practical, and approaches challenges with confidence. Now, when I've done this before, yep, some people are between both, or they started at one place and they bounce back. Thank you so much too. Thank you. Everything is in there as well. All the links are in there. If you haven't taken the quizzes in there, the quiz is helpful because you're like, am I not? Right? And so many more resources for you. So thank you for being on here tonight. I appreciate you all. This has been amazing to have you here from all over, and may you be happy, may you be whole, and may you be free. Bye for now.